Hey Ian, you ready?
You bet I am. What are we talking about tonight? And talk about guns?
If it's not a 30 cal, I'm not in.
Jeez, mate, that's not very inclusive. Have you seen Jono?
Hey Jono, you ready?
Well, God knows where he is, mate. He's probably caught up in the neighbour's wire again. Are you ready to go? Let's do this.
Mate, I'm ready. Let's crank it up.
Righto then. Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of the Hunter's Campfire, where we're going to talk about all things hunting and the great outdoors. And we'll probably throw in a few tips along the way.
You want a tip? Say it once, say it 1,000 times. Goats love rocks.
Or a few things about deer. Mark, what do you reckon about deer?
As a deer hunter, I love hunting pigs.
Well, that's about as useful as I expected it to be. Oh, check it out. Here comes Jono. He's being chased by the neighbour's dog.
Okay guys, let's get this started. Welcome to the Hunter's Campfire. Pull up a chair, get comfortable. It's time for the Hunter's Campfire.
And a one. And a one.
We're here.
And
We're here. The pause is done. We are recording.
Yeah. Good evening, space fans.
That's it. And for those listening, what we're talking about is when the recording starts, there's a pause. And we're waiting for that pause to end, but we actually don't know when it actually ends. So
That catches us all off guard, doesn't it?
That's it.
I didn't know there was a pause. I just followed along.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, there you go. So now you know.
Thought you just made it up.
Just to make you look like an idiot? Is that what we're doing?
It's so hard to do.
Talk amongst yourself for a minute, gents. I'm just doing a post about OLIGHT.
OLIGHT or OLIGHT?
OLIGHT. OLIGHT.
OLIGHT. Oh, we know Mock's
Talk
a
amongst
fan of
yourselves,
OLIGHT.
and I'll tell you about this in a second. And I'll tell everyone about this in a second.
Well, how are you this evening, Mr. Hurley?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Oh,
Good.
so good. Why am I so good? I'm about to get in the car and travel to Nundle.
Ooh.
I am very, very excited. Even though I'm only going to be there overnight and I'm not permitted and I'm not taking a rifle and I'm not taking any hunting gear, I'm literally just doing a mad dash into Nundle to run down into my favourite deep, dark, gnarly gully and check my trail camps. So I happen to be going past Dish on the way to a conference and I'm going to stop there for the night. So that's good. I'm excited. That's one thing. I'm less excited about the fact that I've got to manage my DPI booking for night number 4 from camp in Nundle over Starlink. It's making me a fraction nervous given the chaos that it's causing around the country right now.
There's been lots of complaints and
Holy
frustration,
dolly,
that's for
is
sure.
Like half an hour waits to get a spot, 20 minutes of crashing. Literally last night, I thought I had it nailed. I thought I had everything perfectly ready to go. So as soon as it hit midnight, poof, off you went. But no, I went straight into the error page, straight into the error page, and I didn't actually manage to get past the login screen for 17 minutes. Not once could I even get past the username and password page for 17
Well, I
minutes.
managed to get a booking, my first booking, really quickly. The page did crash, and I thought, well, that's screwed. But it actually took the booking, and then it took me a good 15 minutes to get my second forest. So
Yeah.
and I know people took longer. So it's just you just got to keep trying. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, you just got to keep going, because once it sort of slows down a bit, like a bunch of people get theirs and there's less pressure on it and there's still available spots, you just sort of punch through it and get it done. But
That's it.
it's pretty hectic, isn't it? People sitting there waiting,
It's crazy.
timing down, and we've got our crew that's coming to hunt camp, and everyone's sort of chit-chatting in the background, waiting for stuff to happen and throwing memes and emojis at each other as we sort of start to get the shakes and the jitters and the hyperventilation going on.
Yeah, so much competition, isn't there? It's just crazy. But that's how popular Hunt Camp is. It's just it's all that fight.
I think, Hunt Camp's certainly popular, but we're not just fighting with us. We're fighting with every single
Forest
person
down
trying to
south,
book
yeah.
a rut spot all over the country. So it's a busy time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and you love it. You see these posts pop up. Dear DPI, please increase your bandwidth. Like, yeah, that would be cool. So while Mark's still mucking around with his fanboy page, OLIGHT page. Sorry. Got any tips for the booking? Want to share any secrets that
There's no
ruin
secret.
your advantage?
There is no secret.
No, there's no secret.
no
It's
secret.
just refresh the page. I have 2 browsers open. I hedge my
Only
bets. So
You're very
I have
controlled.
I have 2 browsers open with multiple tabs in each browser. So I share it between Chrome and Edge.
There's a tip.
Both. That's my tip. Last night I found Edge worked better. You said it crashed for you, so I don't think it really matters. I think I open a tab in each browser, and then I just keep opening more tabs, close the other one, refresh, and keep going until I get a booking. There's no silver bullet. There's no secret. You just got to keep trying.
I think
You'll get a booking.
I think there are things you can do. I'll give you a few things that you can do, and you the techo, can tell me whether I'm totally wrong. Firstly, if you're in a house that's got a whole bunch of stuff connected, right, turn your Wi-Fi off and direct plug into your computer. Like, dump everyone else out of the wherever they are in your house right now. Turn your Wi-Fi off. All of that stuff that's connected in the background that's just chipping away, doing things, and just if you've got a computer that's got a Ethernet port in it, just plug directly into a router. Bypass all of that stuff. Everything else is gone. Even better
That
than
helps.
that, bypass your router altogether and plug straight into the NBN box.
Straight into the NBN.
Right, then you are the only thing between your machine and the outside world, and you don't have your ISP's router sitting in front of it. That's going to give you even the best experience you can possibly get out of it. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is bloody test it. Right? Do a speed test. Figure out what's going on with it. I did a speed test tonight because I had a really shit experience last night. So today I did some speed tests, realised there was something going on with my Wi-Fi, and I was only getting 10 megabits per second download. After I did a full reset of all of the devices that put internet into my house, that bumped up to 120 megabits per second. So speed does matter. If you're the slowest person to get to the booking, you're the first person getting the boot, right? So you want to beat everyone. So reset all that stuff, and try and come at it with the cleanest possible internet connection that you can without all that junk hanging on it. Your microwave does not need Wi-Fi at this point in time, if it has Wi-Fi. Neither does your fridge. It doesn't matter right now. It's important. So that's my tip for the tech. There's a bit of contention going on at the moment, whether the app is better or whether the internet-facing side is better. I've not managed to get my app to even load. It goes straight to that bloody, what's that page? That holding page when it dies?
Design Boys or something.
Design
like
Boys. We all love the Design Boys thing. Anyway. I can't get my phone to go anywhere past that, but I've got 1 bar of 5G where I live. So, if you're in the city, you've probably got better throughput on that. Don't know.
For me, it's the same back end. It's not going to make a difference. It's the same web servers that it's hitting.
You don't think that you getting to that web service slow is making a difference at all?
No, it's the back end is crashing. So that's the issue.
Everyone with quick FTTP connections, like fiber connections to their home, seem to get their bookings faster than everybody else.
Well, I have fiber to the home, and I got my 2 bookings last night. But
right, I prove my point.
But whether or not that makes a difference or not, I don't know, because it's the back end that's crashing.
So you got to get into a queue. You're basically
but you can refresh and refresh
but
and
the queue
refresh.
crashes and the queue crashes, isn't it? It doesn't matter where you're standing. If it
Correct.
You got to start again. Okay. So once it crashes, this is all going to be too late. Once you're listening to this, the bookings are over, so it doesn't matter.
For next year.
Bank this one. We'll put it in there as a thing. Once it crashes, what's your process? Do you go back to the login and press login again, or do you refresh the page?
Yes. So I go back to the login screen because the error, if you just refresh the page, it's going to refresh the error page.
Yeah.
So I get the login screen or the login URL and I copy it, so Control C, and then basically I can just Control V, and paste into new tabs as well.
Okay. So I find when I first log into the page, and it comes up with the login page. When I go and launch, I go and log in, it launches the DPI page on a new browser page. So the login screen always on a new tab, the login screen always just says over there at the beginning. I just go back to it and log in again without having to do anything. That seems to work. But that was that tip. I'll give you one more, and that is, it doesn't matter because everyone will be booked by the time this comes out, and most of you will forget this little piece of advice, and that is, if it's your first night of booking, go and pre-book something, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's way, way, way faster to amend a booking than it is to do a new booking on the day. Because when you do a new booking, you've got to choose your park, choose your dates, choose how many days. Then you've got to add your phone number, choose your vehicle, add your dog, hit all of those sorts of things. If you've done that already and just some random park somewhere in the middle of nowhere and you've booked yourself a block, then when you come into booking night, all you've got to do is do an amendment and change the park name to the one you want and fire it up. And you're like 20 clicks in front because that's important. Yeah, so that's one tip. Try that one out. Anyway, it's Bedlam. We've got 8 days to go of it. Yay.
I've only got one night booked, so yes, or 1 day booked should I go, so I've got to keep going.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I've got to get down a day later because can you believe someone booked a wedding for the day we leave for hunt camp?
And you're not even the best man.
I'm not even the best man. Bless you, Mom.
So I've already asked you, why are you going?
Because they are very, very, very old and dear friends. So we have to go.
Obviously, they can't be.
Yeah, clearly not.
They would do that to you.
They're so inconsiderate, aren't they?
They are terribly inconsiderate. Are they from your homeland?
One of them is, yes.
And so they would understand something.
Huh. Well, he's not a hunter. That's the problem. So, hunters don't understand.
At the moment, on the DPI side, you can't book Monday the 14th. Is that correct?
True. You got to wait till midnight to favour for that.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at. I've just logged in now. So I'm just looking at it right now.
Yeah. So from midnight you can book.
Yeah, that's right. That's
14th.
That's the 60-day calendar type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And just, that's a good one. I was speaking to a mate of mine today, Jason. He's like, so we start tonight, right? I said, man, you're 2 days late. What do you mean? It's 2 months as of today. I said, no, man, it's 60 days. There's a couple of 31-day months in there that you're not thinking about.
And 28 days in Feb.
So I've already missed the. Yeah, that's right. I've already missed the start. Yep, sorry. Should I still come? Yeah.
Timeanddate.com. What is 60 days from now? That's what you need to do.
Timeanddate.com. Yeah, hilarious.
Otherwise, it's bedlam. It's just chaos. But
it's
chaos. Part of the fun, isn't it? With Hunt Camp looming and the looming.
Once you've got your bookings. Then you can look back on it.
That's right.
When you're standing there with sweaty palms, trembling, waiting for the midnight to tick over, you're like, ah. So I run on my iPad. I run the countdown. Oh, no, I run a time clock. I run world time with
seconds, right?
With seconds. Yep. You don't have to worry about it. You're not sitting there hoping not to blink as it turns into 11 o'clock.
I do the same thing. Yep.
Because you're like, it's nearly a minute. Don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink. No. It's much easier if you've got a clock running.
Yeah, and then you hover over. I have over F5 ready to refresh the page. Yep, that's what I do.
So, you refreshed?
I have my tip is I log into the website. I go to the bookings page, and you go to amend or cancel a booking. Click on that. You get your 2 bookings. If you've got your first one, you sit on that page, and then at midnight you hit refresh, and then you can click on them and go.
Huh. I don't do that. I just click the button.
So you're not stuck at the login page. You've already logged in. You've already bypassed.
I'm already there too.
Oh, yeah. So you're already in there.
But I have all of those.
I leave it on yesterday's date. As soon as I click it onto the new date, off it goes.
Yeah. So I got my first booking last night in probably 20 or 30 seconds, and then it took me 15 minutes to get the second one.
Unbelievable. What a dream run. Unbelievable. Oh, that's enough about booking. It's manic. And tonight's going to be a slightly easier night because at least we get the podcast to near 10 o'clock, and then we're going to have an hour of anxious wait.
I got into bed last night, and I was like, oh, I'll go to sleep. And all of a sudden I was like, shit, I've got to do my bookings. And it was like 10 to 11. I was like, my computer wasn't turned on, nothing was. I was like, running through to get everything ready.
My watch that it just doesn't turn off for this period of time. And my alarm on my watch doesn't wake me up, which is kind of hilarious. But it wakes my wife, and she kicks me in the back. So that's how I get woken up. Shut it up. Righto. See ya. Time to get up. Anyway, how'd you go with OLIGHT? Tell us the story, Mark.
As people know, I'm an OLIGHT tragic, and I've just been talking with OLIGHT, and they, in the territory, I had the O clip on my bino rig, and I've gone to the O clip Pro, which is slightly bigger. So it's one of those little tiny clip torches, which are fantastic. You put on your bino rig, so all of a sudden, after dark, you've got this massive light coming off your chest, and with a headlamp or a torch, you just get this fantastic lighting system. So we're doing some work with OLIGHT, and that's all of us. So we'll be running the O clip, and there's one of the headlamps. Now it's one of the headlamps where it's actually like a little torch that you can take out of the headlamp, and you can put it horizontally or vertically. So we're going to have a go at working with them, and out of the blue they said, hey, here's some discount codes. So I've just posted that, so that's what I was doing. So we've got discount codes, Hunter Campfire discount codes for OLIGHT, and they've just gone up on our Facebook page.
How good's that?
It's for everything,
amazing.
And it's for everything.
Yeah.
If it's not on sale, the discount code supposedly works. There's all the links in the post to the gear that we're going to use, because I make lots and lots of stuff, and a lot of stuff, it's not what we would use. So it's like light mounted on rifles and things like that, torches and things like that, which certainly other people use, but we're not really going to use that, especially for what's coming up. We're wanting ambient light that you're going to use before dawn and after dark as you go out and come back in. And the O-clip actually has the red incandescent light on it, so you can actually run red light. I use the O-clip all the time. I'll be using it tomorrow when I go up to the block, when I come back in the dark. So it just throws this wonderful light just that comes off you at this height. And it works really, really well on a bino rig. So that's
I like the red.
I do, and the okay, yes, I've got one. That's the O clip.
For those at home,
it's tiny, isn't it?
The O clip Pro is slightly bigger. I haven't got. It's in the shed on my bino rig. And what you do, especially with the marsupial gear, is the marsupial gear bino rig's got a zip that goes across the middle. You turn these things upside down and you open them up and you put it in, and then you
close the zip
underneath, and then you zip it closed. And then, let's turn it on. And away you go. So you can. So it's really secure in the rig, and it actually said OLIGHT. The trouble is, the writing's upside down because we use them upside down. But it sits there on your bino rig like that. So you've got this light that comes out, and it's got 3 settings, and it's ridiculously powerful. That's the small one. So that's the one I used when we were up at.
What's the battery life like?
It's a USB-C charge thing. It seems to last bloody ever. Like all these OLIGHTs do. That's one thing about the OLIGHTs. They don't burn through. Their battery system is not, the LED system is not battery heavy. So you get a lot of run out of them.
Right. So on our webpage, on our community page, you'll find OLIGHT.
Oh, okay.
You'll find links to OLIGHT, and you'll find our affiliate links. So if you're going to go and buy their product, that's where you go to find the affiliate links.
Or you go to the Facebook page.
or you can go back to the Facebook page to try and find the post. But it'll be on the website like everything else. And you'll also notice a whole bunch of our other community partners have given us discount codes. The Valhallas of the world, the Bush Edges of the world, there's a whole bunch of them out there that have got Campfire codes out there. Go and get yourself discounts if you're going to go and buy stuff. We're trying to make sure that we're using generally what we feel is the best product across the range, and getting you those discounts to support that. So that's pretty cool. It's a great addition.
That's one of the reasons why they were keen, because I said, I actually sent them a photo of all the OLIGHT charge leads I've got. And I went,
you're like Christmas
use
trees.
our stuff. I said, yeah, I've got a fair few of them. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, on the Facebook page, there's the picture of the OLIGHT Pro, which is a little bit bigger, and I went the orange one because everything I own is a blaze orange now. It just makes sense.
It's my favourite colour.
There's an OLIGHT.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Can you actually see orange?
There's an OLIGHT.
Can I? I can see every colour. Why?
Yeah, just not the colour that you think it is.
I just don't know what it is that I'm looking at. I can see it though.
There's another OLIGHT. That's a really good.
Looks like a Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good podcasting. Mark's showing us things and turning lights on and off, and whilst you're
He's
listening,
got a disco going now.
It's beautiful.
He's got the disco. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Good
so
work,
we've got a Pokemon OLIGHT and a couple of other small torches and one larger torch. They all turn on and off like torches, and they make lights. They make light. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, Chantel.
I got 1, 2. Yeah, that's all the OLIGHTs I've got handy.
Who doesn't like OLIGHT? That's right. It's a good product. So, and if you're at Hunt Camp, we might even get one to give away.
Yeah, well, give them one of yours. I'm hanging on to mine.
I'm hanging on to mine.
No. Get one of mine.
I'm hanging on to mine.
All right. Should we talk
you got enough of them. You can share.
Should we talk about other...
Yeah, that's all right. If you're so keen, you can share.
Well, I have plenty of other stuff to give away that we don't need anymore. But anyway, that's cool. We'll talk about some other...
Hunt Camp shirt. We need to,
the shirts.
Have a...
The design's done. It's different to the last couple of years. We've had a guest designer.
A guest designer?
We've had a guest designer put this one together. So if you don't like it, blame him. Not my problem. It looks pretty cool. I've seen the design, and it'll be a front graphic this time, and the partner splash page on the back rather than sleeves. But yeah, it looks pretty schmick.
Cool.
Happy with it so far. Watch the space. We have also been doing a little bit of work with the people that bring in Huntec. So we're in sort of early stage conversations with them. We're already trialing some of their gear. They've got a new range of camo. They've got a new range of gear coming out. I've always had a soft spot for the Huntec gear because I got issued some when I was in the military, which was the best gear I had in the drawer because everything else was just junk. But the Huntec stuff was really good. I've still got that jumper after 25 years, actually, that fleece. But yeah, it's pretty exciting to be able to do some work with them. I know, Jono, you got a jacket of theirs last year.
I got a jacket of theirs last year. That is an amazing jacket.
The wet weather jacket.
Incredible. Yeah. Wet weather. Yeah, I remember going to see my son play rugby, and it was torrential, and I was the only one out in the cover.
It's a cool photo you got of that.
Yeah, it's a good photo, that one, isn't it?
Yeah,
But yeah, I stayed nice and dry. That was amazing. What from a waterproofing perspective, such good jackets. They are incredible.
Yeah.
And their other gear as well. So I've got one of the Huntec shirts. I wore it in the territory. I've worn it. I've worn it on a few hunts. They're so good. They're amazing.
Yeah, I quite like their Glacier Tech stuff. It's really thin, lightweight, breathable. Good summer gear, good SPF rating, all of that sort of stuff that you want when you're out in the bush, and we're all a bit more conscious about that these days than ever. I use it when I'm mountain biking. I use it when I'm running a bit in the daytime, just because it just keeps you covered up properly.
And it's so breathable as well. It
breathes really well
in this heat. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's great gear. Really, really good gear.
So you'll see a bit more about that coming up. We'll have a bit of it in Hunt Camp for people to have a look at. And we'll bring you more as it shows up. But so that's that one. The same people bring in Tatonka packs. So both Mark and I are running Tatonka packs now. Both the same ones. You've got the same modulus, don't you? The 30-litre modulus?
Yeah, I got the modulus with the smaller bag on it, the 30.
Yep. It's just such a perfect state for hunting pack with the 30-litre on it. I'm using it at the moment for pack training. I've taken the pack off it and I've just strapped a 10-kilo weight plate to it. And when I do my walks in the morning, I wander around with the pack on, which is quite good. Just getting used to all of the gear before hunting this year has been really, really good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and you put load on it, you can adjust the straps, you get a good feel for all of the different connection points and what you need to adjust to just make it fit perfectly. I can't say that I've done a whole lot of pack training leading up to other hunts, but this time I'm totally dialed in with that gear, so that's good. That's really cool, and they have a few other things that we'll talk to you about as they come up, water bladders and bottles and those sorts of things, and a whole bunch of ultralight hiking stuff that we'll just wait and see how that plays out. But should be some good discount stuff coming for you around that gear if you are looking for a reasonable quality brand that's coming to the market.
Cool. Very good.
Been a busy week.
Speaking of gear, we were speaking to Beretta Australia last week. The Finlight,
Oh yeah,
Seiko 90 Finlight, is supposedly quite hard to get a hold of because everyone's buying them. They're literally running off the shelves, especially in Victoria. Lots of interest in the Finlight. It's got a different finish on stock this time around. There was some criticism of the previous finish. So they would listen to that, and the stock is a very differently designed stock. It's a very nice looking rifle. And the other thing that they mentioned was the Tikka Ace, which is Tikka have in their range, they have like the varmint and the super varmint, and then they have, I think they call it the ultra precision rifle, the UPR. But now they've got the Ace, which is a purpose-built, practical precision rifle. Comes in the chassis, all that stuff. And they're actually going to have
PRS shooting, is it? Is that for the PRS competition
Yep.
shooting?
That's what it looks exactly. Well, they say that you use it for hunting and things like that as well, but it looks very much in that, purpose built for that kind of thing. And there's actually interestingly enough, there's a 22 version of it too,
Oh, really? Okay.
which is exactly the same but in 22 cal. So that's quite interesting. The other thing they're talking about is the Steiner E range will be available this year. They're hoping in Australia, which is the system which, through your phone, your scope talks to your rangefinder and vice versa. So you got your LRFs, you spot the animal on whatever distance, they talk to your phone, the phone talks to your scope and said, this many adjustments and this many clicks and away you go. So they're bringing in that technology is coming in this year as well. It's out, but they reckon they'll be seeing it sometime this year. So they're the three big ones. There's also some really interesting stuff happening with the BRX, but it's a long way off. There's a lot of variants in the BRX range. So they're going to have a Gen 2, I suppose, where there's going to be a lot more variants available, a lot of different models available across the BRX, which will be really quite interesting to see. That's the big ones from them, guys. Anything else from you guys? I got lots to talk about, but I'm going to keep.
I've got heaps to talk about, but that's probably it from a gear perspective. Yeah.
Cross them off as we go.
Cross them off. Okay. There was a list. What's else on the list? We starting with your list or my list?
Go to your list.
I went hunting.
Go for it.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I went hunting. I didn't go hunting. I went walking, and I was lucky enough to be invited by someone we know, who I will keep nameless so that he doesn't get hounded and pestered by everybody. So anyway, off we went for a hunt. Went over to his block, and he heard the conversation about my freezer dying when I was away on holiday. It died, and I lost all the meat, lost all the buffalo, lost all the deer that I had in there, the goats, some lamb, all that sort of stuff. I was pretty pretty annoyed. Anyway, all gone. He heard that, and he offered for me to come out and knock a few deer over and try and refill the freezer. Got there at 4:30 in the afternoon, and we're just sitting on the veranda of the little hut that's on the block, and we're just looking towards the east, and up on the hill, just in front of the scrub rock, a couple of big trees, see some deer sitting underneath. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. A couple of deer. Looking at them, they're about 900 meters away, so just a bit far away to be able to figure out if they had any headgear or anything like that. But still, there was a couple of deer there. But that was pretty cool. And then we looked over under some other trees over there. Oh, there's 2 or 3 more deer over there. What do you think we might do? We'll just close the gap a bit. If we drop down into the gully in front of us and pop up the other side a little bit, we'll be within 300-400 meters of them, and we'll make a decision what we want to do from there. So grab my bino harness, grab the rifle. Lucky I put my boots on, took my Crocs off, because we weren't planning on going too far. Down the hill, up the other side, and the deer had disappeared. So it's a bit of a shame. Go up to where they were, look down the other side, and he says, I reckon if we just look down here in the shade on this little face right in front of us, probably see some deer. So we poke over the other side. There's 4 deer just standing over there. So sweet. A little bit far away to shoot from where I was. Didn't really have a good rest, so we wandered down a little bit. And as I was walking down to a log where there was a good rest at about 250 meters, to my right, there's one at about 100. So it's just there. So, cool. Right. So turn around, get a log. So I'm going to shoot this one. Knock the deer over, and 50 erupted out of the grass. And off they went running. And I'm like, well, we've shot one. I don't want to be greedy. I'm looking back at him. He's like, no, get into them. And I'm like, oh, they're running. They're going for the fence. No, I don't want to do running shots. I'd rather be a bit more controlled about it. So I let them all go. And we watched probably 50 or 60 deer bounce through the fence, and off they went into the neighbour's place. That was pretty good. Went down, stuck a hole in his chest, bled it out. Thought I'll leave it underneath the tree. I'll come back for it. So we're in this little basin, up over the ridge, about 250 metres, just off to the left-hand side of where we dropped this one, and a poke over the other side, and what do you know, 3 deer standing. You know, we've just let a shot off. All these deer have run away. These 3 decide they want to come in for a look. So go, have a look over there. He said, we'll shoot them too. So okay. So I whacked one, it fell over, and then its 2 friends just hung about. So we dropped them as well. And all of a sudden we had 4 deer. This is pretty cool. I'd said to my buddy Hendo, I said, oh, I'm going out there, tongue in cheek. I said, if I get 5, I'll be really happy. If I get a 6th one, I'll share it with you. Anyway, I'm at 4 already. We've been out walking for about 20 minutes. And so we, bled those ones out, put them in the shade, facing downhill so they could bleed out. Went round the corner, and on this property, there's this old sapphire mine and a silver mine. And he was just showing me some of the old relics and, the old sluice box, and talking about sapphires that come out of the ground and some of the history. And I said, I'll just walk up onto this big mound of, ore that was there that had been, the whatever you want to call it, the gravel that comes out there of it, after you've put it through the sluice. And I'm standing on the top of that, and right in front of me is a deer. I said, oh, this is pretty cool. It's another deer. Anyway, it got away. It's decided it needs to hightail it. But I turn around to my left-hand side, and there's 4 more deer standing over there. So it's a beautiful mental one. So we plugged it, and it fell over. So there's 5 deer on the ground. And we thought, okay, that's probably enough for now. And I sort of made him a joke again. I said to him, I was talking to my mate Hendo, if I get another one, he can have some. He said, we'll get another one. Don't worry about it. So we'll go back to the hut to get the Polaris, and we'll come around, we'll pick all the deer up, and then we'll go back. On the way back to the Polaris, we knocked over another couple for 7, and then when we came back with the Polaris, there were 5 more. So ended up with 12 was the number over a 4-hour sort of walkie time period, which is extraordinary. Each time we shot one, 50 ran away. So the place is just covered in deer. You got no idea. And we talked a lot. He's a grazier. He's got, it's a farm. He's trying to knock them over because, they've had to destock because the deer are such a problem. They've had to feed out hay. And his comments were every time they feed out a $100 bale of hay, that's a direct cause of the deer. So it's a problem, But he loves the deer. He loves having them around. But it's, competition for his farm and all that sort of stuff. So they've got to get him under control, which is what they're doing. But yeah, he knows who he is, and he'll probably be listening. Forever grateful for that. Butchering 12 deer for the next few hours took some time, took some effort, and then it took me all weekend to get it all boned out and in the fridge, ready to go into the freezer later on. But hell of a couple of days, or a hell of a 4 hours and a hell of a 24 hours to get it all out of there. But man, oh man, what a place. Looking forward to going back there in the rut.
Yeah,
All the ladies are there.
hanging around.
All the ladies are there. Yeah. So, yeah, some different experience. Often you hear about people, they'll shoot a lot of deer in their spotlight. Never in my wildest dreams did I think you could go and shoot that sort of volume of deer in the daylight. Yeah, it was sort of last few hours of light, but man, oh man, what a cool thing. The other thing that I found really great about the whole experience was, like, I'm handy enough with the knives. I don't mind pulling deer apart and getting them ready for the freezer. I hold my own with it. I'm not saying I'm the best butcher in the world, but once you do 12, you remember where all those seams are, where all those ball sockets are, where all of those little bits are that just go cook, go on the, all of those little tricks that you try and brush up on. You get used to it and you sort of fine tune it again. So it was a great experience. So anyway, I'll might drop some venison down to you fellas if you need it.
Will always be welcome, my friend. Always welcome. We're almost out of goat. My boys, we're 3/4 of the family. Helena still won't eat the goat, but the boys just love it.
I met a family once that shot or raised their own goat or something like that. Anyway, they fed it to the family, and they called it pars meal. Have you heard that term?
Pars meal.
Pars meal.
Pars meal. No.
Yeah.
No.
Pars meal is like almost like a slang term for cheap lamb.
Oh, okay.
Pars meal.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
I've
like
never heard of that.
faux lamb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone else say it, but that's what they
No,
call
I
it.
haven't heard that. I mean, I know that technically goat is what they call a chevron.
Chevron.
That's
Chevron.
the kind of, the name for like venison and stuff like that, chevron. But I've never heard that one.
Oh,
I've actually got
not an official name. It's just I wasn't sure if it was an Australian slang type thing. But...
Yeah, I did some biltong yesterday. I've got some. I'm trying to use up. Still got some red deer from last year. I shot a couple of hinds late in the season, and I'm trying to just get some space in the freezer because obviously hunting time is coming up. So yeah, I'm trying to make as much biltong and free up as much space in the freezer as possible. So I made some red deer biltong, and there was some goat in there as well. So I thought, well, I'll chuck in a couple back straps of goat and see how the biltong comes out. So that should be ready maybe tomorrow or the day after. See how that goes.
How's that buffalo backstrap going?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty tasty.
The buffalo backstrap biltong processing going.
Oh, of course.
You remember that?
Well,
Remember the conversation last podcast?
I do remember the conversation. Yeah, yes, I do.
Yes, that stuff. Hang on, I'm just checking.
I will make you some biltong. I will make you some biltong.
Well, yeah. What's it? Oh, it disappeared.
He's checking on his mead.
My mead.
Oh, mead. I've still got buffalo burgers. They're very nice. In fact, strangely enough, they're a little plain.
Really?
Yeah, it's not as kind of
it's not gamey,
flavoursome as you. It's actually a little plain.
You spiced them up, though, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, what I didn't do is I didn't spice them up enough. Okay. So when I cook them now, I actually add it at the cooking. I don't know what you're holding up, Ian.
Mead.
This is the mead.
It's a
okay.
carboy of mead.
See all the sediment at the bottom?
Are you chilling it now?
I've just shaken it up. I needed to give it a bit of a tap. See how it's the air bubbles are. Whoop.
No, whoops. Speaking of goats,
so the bubbles mean it's still fermenting, but what happens?
Oh, but if you shake it, it's going to be giving you CO2. So you really need to check
there's a layer of all of the flavors on the top here, or that's all the orange peel and pith and raisins and stuff. And once it gets to a certain stage, that stuff should all sink. But what happens is it creates a layer on the top and traps the air underneath. So you've got to you've got to give it a chance for all of that to release, and then oil sinks, that clears up, and it's ready for bottling. So that's about ready to bottle.
Just cold crash it, just chill it, and it'll all settle.
Yeah, I've got to just let it. I've just got to give it the opportunity to get the air out from underneath the pit. I'll cold crash it when I get back from my trip.
Looking forward to that at Huntfit, that's for sure.
I've got 4 of these.
Cowboys, yeah.
So there's a post on Facebook from Beretta Australia that says, "What's one piece of hunting advice you'll never forget?" If you scroll down, a gentleman by the name of Mark Board, we think it's pronounced Board. Mark, if we got your last name wrong, sorry, it's Boord. And he said, his post is, it says, "Said it once, said it 1,000 times, goat love rocks, Farmer's Campfire." So there you go.
Not wrong there.
There you go. Thank you, Mark.
That is a great quote. And as Mark said, as we read that out loud, there's a T-shirt in that. There's a T-shirt in the making with Goats Love Rocks on it. There's also a T-shirt for Mark Board. If he messages me and says, "This is my postal address," you'll get yourself a free Hunter's Campfire T-shirt for being a legend. So
if you're listening, listen, Mark, or if you know Mark,
and you don't get the T-shirt. So up to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Reach out.
If you know Mark, keep it a secret. Don't tell him.
Okay. That's right. Tell him. Say, "Oh, that's me."
We've got to find out whether he actually listens. We'll update you next podcast whether he's heard or not.
Whether we've heard from him. Yeah.
We'll put him on the spot now.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So that was one thing.
So a couple of interesting things. So last week, over 2 nights, we spoke to Kate, as in Lady Liberty. And the reason why it's 2 nights is the internet. Well, basically, the government interrupted the internet out of South Australia. So
they did.
Speak to her. They did.
Didn't you notice? Right on the time that we started giving them a bit of curry, they bam, internet South Australia.
They listened to us, and they're
listening in.
They wiped out the whole of the South Australian internet. Take it. But we managed to catch up. And one of the things she was talking about was the WA police, and specifically, they've just released a report into that mass shooting that happened in WA. That's been used as a bit of a kind of, I suppose, flag for the introduction of new gun laws. The interesting thing about that report is it's an internal police report, and it basically, more than anything, it highlights the fact that the reason that particular tragedy happened was a failing of policing at the time. Had nothing to do with the laws. The laws that were in place would have dealt with that problem if they were enforced. So I'm not sure if that's going to have any effect whatsoever, but it was quite an interesting thing. And there's a couple of posts around that online. The other interesting report that's coming out, and it's being drip fed, is the guys Ned Macon and the APDHA, the Australian Pig Dog Hunters Association, have released the findings into their Great Pig Hunt year of data collection. They've got some really interesting stuff that they're already posting online about how many pigs per day it works out and the cost. Talking off the top of my head, because I haven't got the post in front of me, it's something like over $300 million a year it contributes to the economy.
Money in it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it's something like over 17,000 pigs a day. And they readily admit that they believe that that's probably a conservative number, because they're only going by what people report.
What about the ones that aren't being reported?
That's right. Yeah. So it's quite an amazing stat.
Per day coming in.
Say again?
That's a lot of data per day coming in.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So they're extrapolating it. They're putting it out there. They're asking people, if people don't like it, to challenge it. They're putting it in the open space, which is really good. And even Ned got as you were talking about, I haven't seen it, but Ned's got a run on Channel 7 talking about some illegal hunting in the Orange area, something like that, or Dubbo. You said you saw it on Facebook?
Yeah, it was on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
7 News post. Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, go nerd.
Good on you guys. You're kicking goals there. And the other bit of, so there was that Lady Liberty, the police report, and the Australian Pig Dog Hunters Association report. The other one is the Great Northern thing hasn't lost steam so far.
It's still going on, isn't it?
Because there's another beer in the stable owned by the parent company called, I think it's called Four Pines.
Yeah.
And Four Pines is part of a campaign to end hardwood forestry in New South Wales. So that's interesting that's kicking along. It's now kind of firmly in the realm of the traditional or mainstream media. 2BE have been chatting about it. The CEO is leaving, and that's getting kind of mixed into the mix of it all. I'm not sure exactly how true that is, but it's certainly adding to the colour of the story. But it's still rolling on. And if you type in Great Northern Brewing and hit news, you can see that it's still going on.
I've seen posts where they've shown photos of, Dan Murphy's, whatever, and there's just stacks and stacks of Great Northern, just people aren't buying it. So it just shows that.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to someone, I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were travelling out west, and they said they'd literally put big crosses on the Great Northern taps and schooners over the top to say you can't drink this. And these weren't hunters. This was just general, outback pubs, workers pubs.
So there's now, if you Google it, there's now over 20 various stories running about it, and there's videos running about it too. So it's continuing. It's quite it's got some momentum behind it. So it's quite interesting how that's rolling out too.
That's bloody good.
It just shows the power of people and the power of people who support not just hunting. It's not just hunting. It's four-wheel drives.
Running small
four-wheel drivers, it's campers, it's everything. But it just shows that you don't piss off the public.
I think,
and strength in numbers. That's the big thing. If we all stand together, we can fight these sorts of things.
Well, it would be nice to think that we would learn that from this. There's plenty of fights to be had if everyone gets together and does it. If someone can, wrap this up and say this is the power of what we can do collectively with all of the outdoor enthusiast groups, you're right. It's a force to be reckoned with, but it'll die. It'll die down and it'll go away. And it will be a shame for us to lose this example, I guess.
I think it's the challenge of it's the one issue challenge. That is, this came up, someone took the lead in it, they used social media to get it going. It was a bit outlandish in the way they went around it, they're kicking, hitting cans, baseball bats and stuff like that, basically playing to the strengths of social media to grab people's attention, and away it ran. You've got news, the news often struggle for content. They themselves troll social media looking for stories, and then it kind of rolled on from there. But it's a single issue. It's the problem is these things go on day in, day out, and keeping people's attention and getting people motivated is difficult, especially I think for organisations, because they're set up to look at the world a certain way.
Yeah,
and it's hard to bring them all together. So it's if you look at this instance, it wasn't brought together by an association. It was brought by an activist group who currently are involved in something else that was very close to it, and they're the ones who took the lead. It wasn't a big organisation that took the lead. It was basically part-timers.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's a part of it too. The fact that a lot of part timers can get together, and they didn't even really get together by the looks of it. They just kind of all acted in the same direction, and all of a sudden it got a hell of a lot of traction. Because I don't know the behind it, but I doubt if they kind of had a meeting and discussed what they were going to do. It's just people said, "Oh, I'm going to do the same type thing," So there's guys running over cans with their 4-wheel drives and hitting with baseball bats and doing everything. I think it kind of caught on like that, which is is organic, and I think that's a really difficult thing to kind of replicate.
Right.
So,
What else did you have on your list, Mark? You had a couple of things you want to talk about.
yes, other things. The great kayak journey is getting closer. So I bought 2 kayaks last weekend. Got a third. I've got to get one for me now. But I bought the kayaks for the boys last weekend. I've never really bought stuff through Marketplace. That was an experience in itself.
It is an experience, isn't it?
What I don't understand with Marketplace is you advertise something and then you do not respond to any inquiries about that thing.
Hi, is this still available?
No, it's like, I didn't even say that. It's like, oh, we were like, I'm coming out to look at it. Where are you located?
Radio silence.
Dead air. 2 days later, oh, I just saw your message. So that was it. So that was interesting. But yeah, we managed to get 2 kayaks. So we got 2 kayaks. I got to get myself a kayak, and then we're away. It's happening. The great kayak. I don't know. What are we going to call it? The great mud marlin hunt.
Be mud marlin for sure. There'll be some other things. It'll actually be like the grand towing adventure.
Yes.
Because by the time the kids' arms wear out from kayaking, the bungee strap.
100 meters.
Yeah. I have a feeling that.
Way back. Yeah.
I have a feeling the younger guy will probably require towing. I think his brother will handle it. His brother will get indignant and keep paddling.
Well, Zave, he managed to paddle the whole way up. It's about 2.5 k's up, and that was against the river current.
Oh, okay.
Not that made a difference. You could barely even tell. But once we'd finished fishing and the day got on a little bit longer, he was pretty worn out. So I had an Oki strap. I just hooked it on and off we went. And every now and then I had to turn around and tell him to wake up and start paddling because I was just dragging dead weight. He knew what was going on. He's like, oh, paddle, because Dad's looking. Yeah, but it was pretty good. It's good fun.
That's it. So that's it. And the final thing is July 2025, SSAA Australian Shooter is having a lefty special.
Lefty special.
Mm-hmm. So I'm doing some work for that. And we're trying to get some video around it, but I'm putting together 3 articles for the lefty special. Mm-hmm. And that part of that is the fact that Tika have just brought out a new left-hand rifle.
And the BRX will feature again because it is...
Yeah, well, so I'm going to look at...
ambidextrous.
I'm going to look at...
The mighty BRX.
That's one of the things I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at left-hand rifles. I'm going to look at, dedicated left-hand rifles, and you can't go past the Tika range for that because it's literally the biggest range of left-hand rifles there is. I know this because it's something that I'm focused on. I'm going to talk about the Ruger Scout. I'm going to talk about lever actions, and I'm going to talk about the cuckoo crazy stuff like the Breda BRX, which is,
it's not cuckoo crazy.
Well, it is. True ambidextrous rifle. It's a pretty cuckoo crazy thing.
No,
there's not too many rifles that you can kind of go, I didn't want this to be left-handed, and just
pull this pin and swap the bolts over.
That's right. You just change the lever and then pull the bolt head out and turn it around so it ejects in the right way, and away you go. That's not a common trait in firearms.
No, it wouldn't be.
You know what challenge I've got ahead of me is I've realized my son is cross-eye dominant. So
yes.
I don't know if you recall back on when we had Gemma on the podcast, she
Yeah.
talked about that cross-eye dominance.
Yeah.
So he's cross-eye dominant. So that's
right-handed but left-eye dominant or something like that.
Correct. That's it. Yep. So when he holds it, when you put the rifle up for him, he goes, instead of, he's right-handed, but instead of looking for his right eye, he tries to cock his head and look for his left eye. So that's going to be my challenge. And so we've got the Nerf gun set up, and that's going to be the training platform for the next year or two for him to get used to shooting properly. And
so you're going to make him a lefty?
No, he's right-handed. So we'll train him. But and I remember what Gemma said is you cover up the left eye and get him used to.
Oh, okay. You're going to train him change the dominance of the eye. Because a very good mate of mine, hunt with, he suffers from that.
Yeah,
and so
we've caught it early. So I want to try and the way we caught it was with a Nerf gun, and that's going to be for the next 2 years because he's too young to obviously hold a gun license, even a junior license. So it'll be the Nerf gun training method, and just get an old pair of sunglasses and just cover up the eye and teach him that repetition. That's all it is. So that's my challenge for the next 2 years till he can get his junior license. But after the trip to Nundle that we had with the boys, he's hooked and he can't wait to start hunting. So
I think we're going to, the first weekend of March, we're going to book in my eldest for safety course.
Oh, very nice.
What a great time of life.
Well, I've got to go for the day. So,
what a sacrifice!
I'm gonna take headphones or something.
What a sacrifice!
I got to get into the day.
So that's it. Cool. Well, I think that's great. Let us know how he goes. It was a cool photo you took at the range the other day.
Yeah, so that was great fun. And he really likes that
Tiger.
The T1X. It's a very very, very nice rifle. In that it's not a little rifle. It's not like, like with 22s, they tend to make them little.
Yeah.
Like a youth gun type thing. It's not. It's actually the stock is 13 3/4 inches. It's actually longer than a lot of normal rifle stocks. So, with him, we're really practicing, getting fit on it, and it's almost like at this stage, it's almost a bit too big for him. He's a tall kid.
Rifle would be.
He's a tall kid, but it's still a bit too big for him. But that's great because, very soon it'll be just right for him. But the barrel's quite short, so that's the thing. It kind of really balances up the weight of it, and it's a tack driver. But we weren't really worried about accuracy. I was just getting to shoot paper. And if anyone tells you there's no difference between shooting a roundel and shooting a silhouette of a goat, they've never seen a 12-year-old boy buying a gun, because as soon as it was like, let's get a target that actually looks like something.
More fun.
Zap, 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 zap.
Look, I blew balls off like Betty did.
Just that little. I think there's like a kidney bean shaped V bull area. Bang, 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 just driving it in there.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it. No, mate, they're too small for the ball shot. No, there's no. I could draw it on the target, but it's not there. So he's zapping that thing. So it was very, very exciting. So we're going to do that course, go out a couple more times, and then think about what to put him behind, because he wants to hunt. So maybe a 223, maybe 243, maybe a 6.5 Creedmoor. Don't know. Gonna figure that one out, but it'll be worth figuring out. Kayak lefty special. The only final thing from me is that, again, talking to the people from Beretta, next year is year 500 for Beretta.
Oh, that's a big year. Yep.
So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know.
Lots
but I'm sure they're going to bring out some stuff. You expect they're planning something.
Yeah, they'll come up. I'm sure they will.
I'm almost positive they've got something planned. But it's year 500. Pretty incredible, pretty amazing. So that's Deer. That's it. That's
How
me.
old's this country?
This country? But in
Depends who you ask.
you maybe
Oh, that's a
how about you give
Let me
us,
rephrase that.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
No, I don't even want to rephrase it anymore because there's no way I'm going to get away with this without someone belting me. When did white man settle? That's probably
1666.
1766.
Wasn't it? Something like that?
1788.
A couple hundred years ago.
17. Yeah, it was 1770, wasn't it?
The only reason I
1788.
raised
No,
was to
1788.
say,
Settlement.
Isn't it amazing that Beretta's 500 years old before colonisation? Was
no, not that. Yeah, but basically, 1788 is when we say, depending on how you like to describe a thing, either colonisation or invasion, whatever it is. But 1788 is generally the
what you call it's not the point.
That's right.
But 1770 is when James Cook first.
Yeah, but he said when people were settled here. James Cook,
Okay.
kind of did like
when he first landed in Australia.
there's some dirt
But
over
yes,
there.
that was
What
several
year was
hundred
that?
years after Beretta were first founded.
That is my point. I don't want to get into Invasion Day, not Invasion Day, whatever you want to call it.
1788.
Beretta was making guns before that.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty bloody old.
And several hundred years
A
before.
couple of hundred years before that. A couple of hundred years before.
And
that.
we're still shooting their guns, and their guns
That's
are still amazing. So,
Mhm.
yes.
A couple of hundred years before that.
Quite incredible.
It
It
is
is.
incredible. Absolutely. I think it's
Okay,
the
but 500
oldest. Is it
sorry.
the oldest family-owned?
There is something around. It's the oldest continuous business in the world.
Yeah,
or something
continue
like that.
family-owned
Yes,
business or
There
something
is
like that.
something around that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Good to be involved with them.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff will happen in year 500. You guarantee it. They'll go all out.
Sure.
All right, let's switch up. I wanted to go back to. I said I was heading back to Nundle on the weekend. Oh, no, not on the weekend. Tomorrow, part of the pre-scout part of my year. So we did pre-scout. Pretty much, we went out there just before Christmas, put some trail cams in place. This is just my opportunity to go back and check cameras, move some cameras, do some different things.
Are you going to move Jono's cameras?
He doesn't know where my cameras
I
are.
don't know where his cameras are. I don't think Jono wants me to find his cameras. I will
No, I do
teabag
not.
Jono's cameras. What else do you do with pre-scouting? I'm just checking cameras, but having the opportunity to go back down. Is there anything else that would be on your list of things that you might do while you were just milling about?
Well, for me, yes, but I know it doesn't fit into your. I can't. I don't think I'd be able to go check cameras without a rifle in my hand. But I understand. I understand the situation you find.
Yeah,
yourself
the
in.
bookings are consumed with
Fine. Not even tempted. And
Yeah,
having
no,
a
I would be-
a
I'd be-
conference for 3 days is probably not cool either.
That's it. I understand that. Normally, I would be taking a rifle. So since you're not taking a rifle, I'd be in and out.
Yeah, I'd be checking cameras. If there's nothing on them, then move them.
There is no reason for me wanting to discover something in here that I want to see without a rifle.
Yeah.
All
I'd
the
be
time.
checking those cameras and then moving them
That's
if there's nothing on them, is what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
I've been looking through the cameras that I picked up from our pre-scout trip at the end of last year. So many deer on there and pigs, beautiful big, nice spotted pigs and deer and red deer, fallow. So yeah, I'm starting to look at patterns, see what time of the day they're coming in. I know it's going to change with the length of day and things like that, but yeah, I'm trying to get in. I've noticed a little bit of a pattern already. It seems the does come in and then they disappear for 2 days and they come back.
Yep.
It seems to be a 2-day cycle, what I've noticed.
They do their loops. They do their feed loop.
I'm
Yep.
starting to notice that. And I've noticed some reds coming in, but the reds are further apart than the fallow. The fallow are a bit more regular every 2 days. The reds are a bit further apart. So, yeah, that's all I'm doing is just looking through photos. I've still got, I think there was like 4,000 photos I had to go through and removing all the kangaroos and the crows and there's some ducks in some of them and lots of crows. But that's what I'm doing is just looking through photos and trying to build some sort of idea of what the deer are doing. I know it's going to change when the rut comes, but I noticed does. All of a sudden a buck comes in, then does. buck comes in, and then bucks disappeared from literally towards the end of winter. The bucks just have stopped, and it's just does coming in every day or every second day. So the bucks have dispersed.
Buggered off back to their.
They've moved on. Yep.
Yeah, and they'll come back again. Yeah.
So trying to pattern it, trying to get an idea.
Sorry, Jono.
I just said I'm just trying to pattern it, trying to get some sort of ideas of what's going on.
Yeah. The only other thing that I do, especially when I'm going into the likes of Nundle or Hanging Rock or Tuglow or whatever, if you're lucky enough to have a spot that you go back to each year, and, Hunt Camp's a good example for that because, you get the opportunity to go and find some spots, find some scrapes, find some rubs, shoot a deer, come back next year, see that the deer come back to the same place, and you start to understand that is a pattern and it does happen. It's not random. Those bucks do come back to the same place. Even if the big fella gets shot, his satellite bucks are going to come back to the same place. It's a habitat that they come back to. So, of course, you go and discover the habitat, you find the shelf or the bench or the vantage point you want to sit over and have a look at it. You come back in year 2, it's totally overgrown. Your spot's gone because of fire regen, whatever. Pre-scout's a good opportunity to take your ratcheted cicateers down there and just go chop, 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 and, prune back some of the stuff that's going to be in your way. You don't want to be doing that during the rut. You don't want to show up there for your hunt and then go and lay your scent down there while you go and clean up an area to get your shooting lane back. So it's kind of why I like to go down there. Cameras are great, but just, reassessing and making sure that you've got your spot. If you're going to be doing a bit of sit and watching, now's the time to clean it up. Yep. So that's something else I add. You can get as hardcore as you want. I don't suggest bringing your garden tools or too many of your garden tools. But if you're going to be walking down off a track, 30 or 40 metres down towards a sit spot that can overlook a gully, it's always good to try and clear that track off a little bit so that you can walk down there nice and quiet. Probably no point doing that now. It's going to be covered in leaves and crap by the time you get back again in April. But come April, if you've got something you can just sweep that. You don't take the leaf blower. A little whatever you want to do just to clear it off. It's a good idea. So
leaf blower.
Yeah, that's right. Make a track.
You know what I noticed this morning? So when I got up to go to the gym, I didn't have my sunglasses on when I drove to the gym.
It's dark,
which means the days are starting. Yeah, the sun's coming up later. It's happening.
But
it means it's coming.
You just notice the fact that this happens?
It's a thing. What?
It is a thing.
Every year. It just
as the days get shorter, it's a process.
It gets you going. I've also noticed when I get up for my walk in the morning that I now have to have a headlamp for the first 2 or 3 kilometres.
Exactly, which means the days are starting to get longer, and that's what kickstarts.
Sure.
Sorry, yes, the days are starting to get shorter. The nights are starting to get longer, and that's what kickstarts all of what we're talking about and getting excited about.
All of the awesomeness. That's right. So that's pre-scouting. If you had no clue about what you should or shouldn't be doing, there's a couple of ideas. And the last thing really is hunt camp.
Mm-hmm. I got other things too. I've just remembered.
We've talked about plenty of hunt camp stuff, but it's shaping up. Like we said, the bookings are coming together. There's quite a crew that are coming. It's going to be awesome. We've got a few different things bubbling away in the background that will enhance last year's camp. A bit more education stuff, hopefully, this year. I dearly hope that I show up this year without a bung neck. I don't know if you remember last year.
You almost paralysed, yeah.
Last year I was totally stuffed, and it really ruined my week. Not totally, but man, not being able to, I couldn't even lift my head off the pillow the morning of hunt camp, and I had a 6-hour drive, a 7-hour drive to get there. So I was doped up to the eyeballs on bloody, whatever you want to call it, anti-inflammatories, just to try and get that under control. But I got there, but it was painful. So this year I'm trying very hard to nurse my health to make sure that I don't.
Well, you've done an amazing job on that, mate.
Have that problem. Yeah. Oh, it's been good. Yeah. And before I finish up, and we go on to Mark's next subject, I've kick-started a running program for myself now that I've decided that being lighter, it's much, much easier to run. So if you're a listener and you're a runner and you like, long distance, I'm not long distance running yet, but I aim to be, and you're and you use Strava, which seems to be the go-to app that everyone in those sorts of communities use, find me on Strava. I'd love to find a little community of people that are out there running. And Strava, basically, if you've got a Garmin watch and you've got Garmin, you connect your Garmin to Strava, and then when you do your run, it loads up and you can just sort of see what everyone's up to and comment and see what type of runs and what type of things people are doing. It's a cool thing. There's 4 or 5 people that have found me on it already. If you use it, find me on it. I'd be keen to follow along and join a community of like-minded people that are doing that for a bit of encouragement. That'd be fun. So find me there.
Huntfit, Runfit, what's next?
Huntfit? No, I'm not building Runfit. Huntfit's taken on a life, man, and is growing and growing. Shrinking and shrink. I don't know what it is actually. It should be shrinking, but it's growing. Shrinkfit. Yeah, no. We got loads of fellas on it. I apologise. I have to apologise. I'll say this now and then I'll move on. When we launched it, I put it up on the webpage, and the webpage said, click this button, send me a message, and I'll get in contact with you. Or send me an email to huntfit@thehunterscampfire.net. Well, half of you messaged me via the little message bubble, and I got in contact with you straight away. The other half, if not more, sent me an email. I forgot to set the email address up on any of my devices. So from Christmas till now, there's about 45 of you that are waiting for a reply email. I apologise. I've now sent you that email. If you check your inboxes, we're still keen to have you on board. Just give me a bell. We'll sort it out. But yeah, that tells you the level of interest. Is if everyone that's interested jumps on board, there's probably 50 or 60 people that are keen as to join it, which is great. And it's showing some awesome results. People are really, really doing well on it. So it's a lot of fun.
That post by Frank was.
Yeah, Frank was amazing with his daughter.
An incredible amount of weight.
That's quite
so good.
Good on you, Frankie.
Just brilliant.
Good job, Frank.
Yeah. So anyway, enough of that.
Mark, you had something else?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to go fishing with Adam this weekend. I forgot about that. Forgot to mention it. Saturday, we were going Saturday morning. Wind northeasterly, about 10 knots. Right? Seas around 1 metre. Swell, 2.5 metres. Chance of a thunderstorm. So we're not going fishing.
I might go Sunday, potentially.
Well,
it's looking pretty good.
2.5 metres is a good swell.
The problem at the moment is the Spanish mackerel season's closed. Oh, swells are 2 metres.
Easterlies, so we went, we're not going fishing. So we got blown out again this weekend for the fishing trip, but I'm looking at deer tomorrow. So I'll have my trail cams images tomorrow night, which I tend to download them into the photo library, and then I just hold the thing and I just go through at 1,000 miles an hour and deer there, because like that I've got 4,000 images and 3,980 of them are plants moving.
Yeah, mine was cruising, and there was a nightly wombat that came in every single night, which triggered the camera. Every night without fail, he was there.
Really?
So it's like sort by time, anything between these hours, just delete and then go through the rest of them. Yeah. Same wombat every night. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's it. Fishing, that's it.
It's interesting you talk about the trail cam, because I wasn't kind of in my brain, I wasn't planning on checking the cameras and moving them while I was down there. I was just planning on ripping and replacing the card and checking them later. But I won't be going back. So if there's nothing on them, you're right. I really should check them.
I'd move them. You want to see some? You want to see some does?
I know where I put them up.
Coming in.
I put them up on a game trail that ran down a spur. Right, but the spur had no feet on it. It was just all deadfall, leaves, litter, sticks, dirt, whatever. But it was an active game trail on it, so I've got 2 cameras on that. When I got to the bottom of that game trail, I found the best habitat. Creek, waterfall, hanging basin. We talked about this on another podcast, and I had no cameras left so I really should move them regardless. Because I'll see what we've got there.
No.
Yeah, but even if I see it, right, I can pull the cameras, I can pull the cards, I can have a look. I just don't have a heap of time, so I just can't sit down there and scroll through hundreds of photos on an iPad.
It'll be thousands. And the thing about what I've found difficult about that is actually scrolling through them in the scrub, because you usually take a smaller device, and it's like it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I take
And
my
even when
iPad.
they got the screens on, they're slow and they're tiny pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think regardless, I think I'll just I'll just pull the cameras, because at this point in time, well, in saying that, the bucks aren't really showing up yet either.
No, but
So-
you've got to have something to bring the bucks in. There's
I
got
will
to be
probably
does.
pull cameras tomorrow anyway, because
And move them down.
whenever I look at it, I'll know, okay, there's something there when I look at it, and I'll get, because I've been up there for 6 or 7 weeks now. So I'll go, okay, so I'm going to look at another spot now closer to there's a basin where every year they're roaring, and so I want to move the cameras closer to that as we get closer to the roar. So if I can hopefully then pick up movement towards that. So these ones are, at the moment, what I've got them quite standoff. They're not where I think the deer are going to be, but I want to actually see. I wanted to get an idea of what the movement was.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Because then I want to go, okay, so that will tell me what is the best approach when it comes to that time. Because unfortunately, there's huge lantana patches up there. So what you would normally do, or what the wind would let you say, go this way, you can't get through. So I've got to think about my approach.
Yeah. I'll give it some thought.
Another thing is, the wind will, remember, we're kind of experiencing an easterly at the moment, because what's happened up in northern Queensland and stuff like that, that's going to change. So by the time you're closing in on those deer in April, the wind might very well be coming from a different direction.
Are we predicting weather yet? Are we predicting cold winters yet?
I haven't seen anyone predicting
I haven't
cold
seen
winters.
anything
I've
about
seen predicting
long range
wet.
forecast.
I've seen wet predictions. I haven't seen cold predictions.
Oh, wet's good. I don't mind wet.
Yeah, it just.
I don't want those big storms again. They've been smashed the last week.
Yeah, they go away though. This is storm season.
That's right.
But they were there last April. I got.
Yeah, we got hail. We got a good couple of storms. Yeah. I'd rather that than hot and dry.
Oh, I want a cold.
I want a cold,
frosty, and maybe some sleet and snow like we did many years ago. Yeah, better than hot and miserable. You got to suffer down at hunt camp.
It's got to be some suffering. The current weather predictions.
That's what you want, yeah.
Out to April. For the week that we're there, the predictions are the highest. Every night is at least 4 degrees or lower.
Where's that taken from, though?
Hanging Rock. That's the Hanging Rock forecast.
Yeah. So what, you're looking at something like AccuWeather and just jumped ahead?
I'm looking at AccuWeather's monthly.
Yeah.
So that'll be average over the last.
I'm looking at the climate outlook, and for New South Wales, rainfall is likely at 60 to 80% above average. Out to May. That's out to May. That's March to May.
Well, currently, the April forecast that I'm sure is accurate by now says we're in for a sunny week but cold.
I don't mind sunny and cold, but
there's a couple of days of a little bit of cloudy patches, but it gets down to 3. Most of the nights are 3 degrees with highs of 20.
That's lovely.
Warm days. Yeah. Plus, up in the forest, it'd be a little bit cooler, I would have thought. But
we always see 3 or 4 degrees colder than the forecast.
So that's 0.
So that would make it 15 to 0.
That's a good temp. I like that.
I don't mind that. Add rain and fog and shit and stuff to that, and all of a sudden you're in Nundle. Yeah.
That's
anyway,
I'll
keep an eye on that. See what we think. Okay. It's now 46 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, and we've only got an hour and a quarter until we've got to book our hunts. So what else do you want to talk about for an hour and a quarter?
About an hour and a quarter.
I got something. I got a bit of general knowledge.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I put a post up a little while ago, and Reese, a good friend, made a comment on about how much he liked Roman gladius swords, and that there, folks, those who are watching, that is a gladius.
It's crooked.
Well, no, it's not. It's just the way the camera's set up and stuff like that. It's not crooked. That's a gladius, but that's a French gladius. That's an authentic one. That's 1831, a model 1831.
Wow.
And they're actually so what happened was the French and most European countries had this period of military romanticism where they started to kind of copy the Roman Empire a little bit. That's why they had like eagles and all sorts of fancy gear, and it went down into some of the gear. But the interesting thing is they were never designed primarily as a sword. That is a tool. It's like a machete.
No, a hacker.
Yeah. If you had a, bash something, dig something, an infantry guy would be wearing one of those things. So that's a gladius, and there's lots of variants of those around. I've got 3 there in front of me on the wall, different variations: an English one, a Prussian one, Bavarian one, and a French one.
And yet Beretta was founded 300 years before that sword.
Yeah,
crazy.
And there's probably Beretta versions of that somewhere.
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Don't know how much they did with edge weapons, but I'm sure they probably did something when they were, because they would have done military. So it's probably there somewhere in the history. So there you go, Reese. I've got one on the wall.
Very good.
Very nice. Cool.
I can't talk for another hour and 15 minutes.
That's okay. We'll let you off. We'll
get some sleep for an hour and then
go and have a nap. Wait for my wife to kick me in the back again.
Did I tell you about my knife?
You did.
You did.
Did I tell you, or did I tell the greater you about my knife?
I think the greater you got told last week. But tell us again. We'd love to hear about your knife.
Okay. Well, as you know, I have this kind of interest in knives, and I've been selling knives. It's been going quite well.
We did talk about this.
I've been getting some low balls, which I love. Anyway, low ball. Yeah.
Was it on Marketplace?
No, it's on eBay. But I wanted a new folder, and so I got this. I went different this time. I went to this quite modern Italian too, by the way, just like Beretta. Lion steel, folding knife. But interestingly, so linear lock. So it actually flexes and so it locks the blade out. But even more interesting is you can turn this little dial on it, and it now is a full lock blade. So it now becomes basically a fixed blade knife.
That's very cool.
And the other cool thing about it is, once you fold it back up, is that it has a belt clip or a pocket clip, but it's flush now. So if you want it, you push it out like that.
That's pretty cool.
And you put it back in. Yeah, so
makes it very streamlined. Yeah.
I went kind of all modern and shishi this time rather than my usual. So, and it's all aluminium. Obviously, it's blaze orange because everything I have to own has to be blaze orange or I'll lose it. But yeah, that's my new knife.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's a backup knife. So that's technically not really designed or to be carried to use to gut animals and stuff. This is the non-meat working knife.
The non-meat working knife.
Yeah.
Well, since you raised the point of knives.
So if I want to cut, a bit of food or something like that, I don't know.
You've reminded me to pull out the outdoor edge knife that I used on the weekend and clean it because it's covered in blood and hair and shit. And it needs a clean.
They don't like that.
They don't like that. So that's now out. Thank you for reminding me. But here's a cleaner version of the same thing for those who haven't seen an outdoor, what do you call this thing? This is the outdoor edge razor light. If you're coming to hunt camp, there is a 1 in 3 chance that you'll walk away with one of these with a Hunter's Campfire logo engraved here. Collector's edition, if you want to call it that. Anyway, these are great. I love these knives.
Oh, I love mine. Absolutely love mine.
Big fan of yours.
Yep.
So anyway.
It's in my game kit.
Yep, mine's in the Bino rig. That's the knife I go to bleed out, chop up, do everything you need to do. They're a great knife.
Yeah,
so anyway,
very, very good knives.
You may own one of these. if you're lucky enough to get bookings.
You've got a 1 in 3 chance of a booking as well.
You got a 1 in 1,000 chance of a booking, and then you got a 1 in 3 chance of winning the knife. So far, anyone that's coming to Hunt Camp will be glad to know that both Jono and I have got bookings, so we will be there at least for 2 days.
I will be there, but I'm not. I will be there, but I probably won't be worrying about bookings.
Mark will be looking to coach someone in the bush, won't he?
Yep. So I'm coming down because
win an experience with the Van den Bogart.
I'm coming down with my son because it's school holidays. So I'm coming down for a couple of days, and I'm pretty sure before I leave, I'm going to look on the site. If there's a space, I'm going to take it then. But I'm not getting in. I'm not doing this. I'm not joining in the 12 o'clock madness.
It's carnage. It really is.
I'm not joining. So yeah, we'll be coming down, and have a look around. If happy to, and that's right. Yeah, if someone wants to go out, sure, we can do that. Easy peasy.
Mark can film them, but he can't hunt with them because that's against the rules. But he'll bring his camera and take some video.
Yep. I'll just have to throw rocks in the general direction if I see a deer.
Goats like rocks, Mark.
I can't say there's a deer because that's actually helping them hunting. So if
you can't help them.
If I just throw a rock at them and they see where the rock lands and they see the deer, then they're right.
Good. Okay.
Cool.
We're all done. We're all out. Finished.
We're all done. 1 hour till carnage.
Yes. May the odds be forever in your favour.
That's right.
Yes. Let's try and get 2 days or 3 days in a row for many of us. Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's going to be.
It's very exciting. All right.
Part of it. All part of it. Thanks, gents. Awesome.
Might talk to you from Nundle via Starlink tomorrow. We'll see how we go.
Starlink, you stink.
No, Starlink.
See you guys. Starlink's awesome. See you guys.
Yeah. Bye.